All right, everybody, here we go. This is one of my most anticipated statues for the year, the Sideshow Ghost Rider. What is this, a premium format? Which I did get a chance to see in person at Sideshow Con last year, I think it was, or maybe the year prior. But they've added some changes since then. I think they added more light up features to it, so I cannot wait to cut these lights off once we get it assembled. This is number 307 out of 750. And you know what's super cool? Somebody from either Sideshow or from UPS or whoever wrote "for life" on top of the box. I don't know if they were saying it's Ghost Rider for life, Sideshow for life, Gem Mint for life, but I'm here for it all. Like the last couple statue unboxings, I am going to do this in the classic Gem Mint style. However, I am going to get more B-roll this time, add some more close-ups when I'm holding the pieces in hand so that you can see them at home. But we're still going to do this thing rough, rugged, and raw. So with that being said, let's get this box off of here and take a look at that art box. And before you even ask, the t-shirt is from Mastermind Studios. First thing I noticed on the top was that OG 90s Ghost Rider logo. Loving that. And here we have the art box. It's actually a little bit smaller of a box than what I expected. I guess the way that they were able to, hold on, place it in the styrofoam made it not too big of a box, but you have the statue itself wrapping around with some nice graphics, side profile here on the side of the box. Very cool, just in time for Halloween with the orange. All right, guys, so it does have two layers. It does have the straps. I really like Sideshow stepping up their game recently when it comes to the packaging. And I think what I'm going to do is some B-roll with this on the floor, kind of doing the close-ups how I used to do them. Used to before the old school way. Anyway, straps off. I think I got the seal. I feel like I forgot to take off that seal last time. Wow, interesting. Look at this. You got like a whole blister pack thing going on here. Feels like an action figure. Does have some tape holding it together. I don't know how or if I'm going to even try to recreate that for the overhead shots for you guys, but here we go. So, yeah, this one has a light up effect, so you can kind of feel that there's a translucency behind the fire here. It's his left fist with the chains. You can see the plug-in right here on the other side. And the hand's got nice detail as well. You have like weathering in the gloves. You have a orange glow paint job on them as well. You can see it on the palm there and on the other side. So very cool. Nice big chain that has the light up feature. All right. What else do we got? I just stabbed myself with a spike of this thing. All right. So the other fist, his right fist, you have that very sharp, spiky gauntlet. Again, a lot of nice weathering on not only the gloves, but on the base of the gauntlet as well. Same thing. It's kind of a matte black, but you have this orange glow finish. And it looks like this hand will be on the handlebars of the bike. And then speaking of which, the handlebars themselves. We have a piece of flame on the left-hand side here. Again, it has like a slight translucency to it, although I don't think that any lights will be going through here. But again, they did a great job with all like the nicks and scratches and dings that you see on the handlebars. On the left side where the flame is, there's also orange paint giving you that glow look. And then you have some, like real wiring, real like rubber wires going from the brakes down into the bike. Oh man, it looks like there's two plugs here for light ups. Or maybe not. Let's see, what is this? Plug number 1. All right, so we have a power adapter. And then this one has a 1 on it, which is a different type of power adapter. So this is like a 3-prong and a 2-prong. All right, and then it looks like we have the wheel of the bike in here. Trying to be careful, though I don't want to break anything. We don't want that gem back, y'all. Take it back now, y'all. All right. Cool. I was worried about that wire. I thought it might have been a broken piece or something. So what do we have here? So okay, hold on. It's got an arrow sticker to pull off the tape in this certain way. All right, I think we did good with no brakes. Knock on wood. All right, so here we have the front wheel. You really can tell that it has the translucency in the flames, and I don't know that I love that, man. So far, I don't love it. I think it's going to look way better when the lights are on, but the problem is how often are you going to keep the lights on? And I don't know that I like that translucent kind of clear look when it's static. But, you know, first impressions, we'll take a look. You can see the tire tread with the motion of flame going around it. Flame coming from each side of, I guess you would call it the rim. You have pieces of rock in the top of the flame here. Again, the rusty, weathered, singed and burned pieces of the bike that go up to the handlebars. So that is the front wheel. And I think that's all of the top layer. All right, guys, a lot going on. I don't know how I'm going to do this B-roll again, but we're going to try. So let's start at the bottom. Started from the bottom. Now I'm here. We've got a little piece of, this is like a foot pedal. Has a nice like goldish look to it, going into a red, looking like it's singed again from the flame. Starting small, we'll work our way up here. All right, so this is another piece of flame and a piece of rock or stone. Looks like it'll key in here via the flame. And again, it's kind of like coming up out of the ground, exploding rock everywhere. I said again, but I don't think I said that to begin with. I said it in my head. In your head. In your head, Ghost Rider. All right, more rock, more flame, more key notches, more translucency within that flame. This thing's going to light up like a Christmas tree, boy, I tell you. All right, let's see what's in the middle. Another spiked gauntlet. So this looks like the gauntlet for the left hand holding the chain. Wow, so that hand is going to plug into this arm, which is going to then plug into his forearm, it looks like. Okay, we'll see how that works. This is a big piece. Looks like the base. Oh, hold on. There's a hidden piece, it looks like. Underneath that foot pedal. Oh, no. Nothing underneath that. Another little piece of flame. Here we go. Nice little piece of flame looking like liquid hot magma. Yeah, when it's got styrofoam wrapped around it, you want to make sure to kind of lift up all together and not from one angle, because you could snap something. And if I snap something, I'm going to snap. Nice big chunks of rock. Again, you have the rocky texture, you have the flames coming out with slight translucency, and you have the orange paint around the flame giving the glow effect on the rock. Sideshow does a great job on the paint applications. What are we going to do next? What are we going to do? Let's do the body. I want to save portraits for last. Although, are those 2 portraits? Is there 2 on this? I don't even know. Be careful picking this guy up. He has spikes everywhere, and they are very sharp. Very, very sharp. All right, so the body. So this one, I really remember the body from Sideshow Con, and from looking at pictures when this went up for pre-order, they did such a great job of making that leather jacket look like it's melted from the hot flame around it. So it's singed, it's like bubbled up. A lot of great details sculpted into the texture of his outfit here. You have the spikes on his right shoulder. I like how the key notch is orange, so I'm assuming when his flaming skull is on top, it kind of blends well together. Very spiky belt, spikes around his right leg, more singe and rips on his right knee with that orange glow. Glorilla. And you know what? Actually, on his collar, you have a slight purple highlight there, so it's kind of like an oil spill, melted leather, melted rubber look. Very cool. Nice attention to detail. I don't want to chip any spikes putting this down. Hopefully nothing chips. Shout out to Chip Zdarsky. All right, let's lift this up. This is the base. I would like to save the portraits for last. Ooh, it's got that Sideshow smell, baby. You got that paint smell in your head. Careful. Careful. It's got like a wound wrapped around it. Again, you see that little sticker? That didn't really help. Okay. Removing the gauze. Alrighty, and here is the base. Okay, kind of lightweight. I feel like it's the same weight, but larger than the actual body itself. And right away, looking at the flames, I'm seeing like a silver purplish shine throughout the flames, which I think adds a lot of nice detail instead of just being yellow, orangish, and red. Let's see the bottom of the base here. Ooh, very cool. Number 307 out of 750. Sideshow 30th anniversary. Going hard. A lot of pinkish, purplish tones in the front of the bike as well. Kind of what you get when you have metal getting extremely hot. Rocks everywhere flying. Love the detail of the flame coming up to the gas tank of the bike. I don't know if there's another word for that. You have the gas can lid on top. Has a shiny black paint finish. Everything else is kind of like matte, burnt metal, dings, nicks, weathering. Very, very cool. Where am I going to put this? All right, this is a portrait. What is this? I'm pretty sure you have a human portrait and a flame portrait. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. This portrait is a little bit of both. Will have a light up. It's the transformation portrait. You got Johnny Blaze transforming into the spirit of vengeance, the Ghost Rider himself. He's screaming. He's got half a skull. He's got the hair turning into flames. Again, with like the yellow on top going into orange and almost like a purplish, as you can see with even the key notch, like a purplish red, a burgundy, if you will. His face looks like it has ash all over it. It's like very dirty and dusty looking. Cannot wait to see what it looks like with the light up, though. I feel like it's going to shine quite literally a lot more there. And the last portrait, which to me looks like it's a more traditional engulfed in flames portrait. Ooh wee. Dang. His skull almost looks small in comparison to the large flame. So I'm sure you guys can see the translucency, especially on the B-roll here, but he has a full head of hair, a mane of hair, with so much detail in the flames dancing behind him and this longer strand at the end. You can see where the key notch is, and it has that electricity connection, so he's going to be all the way light up on this portrait as well. And once again, a very like dirty, ashy skull. It's not a clean white bone skull. It's almost all black, the way it's so ashy looking. So a lot of detail there. Again, I love this screaming portrait. I kind of dig the eye decals where the back of his eyes are in his sockets, where it's got the yellow and the ring of orange around it. But we have everything out here. Let me grab this B-roll, and then we'll assemble it, and we'll check out these light up functions and go from there. All right, so got some good B-roll footage. I think it's going to look good when we edit that together. Now we got to figure out the assembly, and I have not looked at any Sideshow out of the box videos or anything like that. So let's just try to figure out where this stuff keys into. So this one has a pretty big key notch. Does it go right here? Sure does. Okay, here's the plug on the back with the button. So I was figuring out when I was doing the B-roll, this probably doesn't take two plugs. It's probably one for domestic and international. So I look dumb in the unboxing. Wouldn't be the first order last time, but let's keep it moving. So now we've got a fire peg. Fireman, fire for fireman. That doesn't go right here, does it? I don't think so. We'll go back to that. We got another piece of rock right here. Big clear key. Come on, don't embarrass me in front of my friends, Ghost Rider. All right, here's another piece. This is a small square. Boom, that one goes right there in the front. So is that basically it? Okay, this key's in somewhere. Looking for the keyhole. Give me a second, y'all. I do feel like this goes here, though. Sure enough, does. Boom. So that goes in the back. Coming out the bike. Oh, so this tire. That's interesting. Goes this way? I knew that was wrong. This is not right. I guess I was right the first time. Yeah, the flame on top, duh. Why does this look weird, though? Let's see. No, that doesn't feel right at all. All right, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Let's get this big piece keyed in. Here it goes. Yeah, I should go right here. Okay, so right here, for that other piece of rock, All right, now we just got Ghost Rider the handlebars, and this piece. Doesn't it seem like it would go in this way? But why does this feel like these pegs don't match up? Let me see one more time. No, that's definitely not right. Bro, what? This doesn't look right, man. This does not look like the keys match up. Bro, I don't want to mess around and break this. Hold on. See what this picture looks like. Hold on. So it is flamed down like this. Anytime you have two pegs, it's kind of difficult. I want to take this off real quick. And this. Bro, this is difficult, man. Ooh. Find the hole, Jim. Dang, I don't want to break this thing. All right, is that how it's supposed to go? All right, hopefully. We'll zoom out a little bit better once we get it all assembled. But that seems to be it. It looks like I might be able to get it go a little bit more flush. But I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, so I think that's good enough. Maybe I'll mess with it a little bit later. Let's get Johnny Tsunami up in here. This way? Yeah. I like how it has the spike on the boot on the base. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit so you can get a full shot. I was about to say, am I missing a piece? There was a keyhole in the back there. And yeah, sure enough. All right, so let's go ahead and get these gauntlets going in. So I'm guessing this is right here. Boom, shakalaka. So this is gonna come around. And it's gonna key into the back here. Right? Something like this. Oh. Man, you gotta be careful for them spikes. Hold up. What's going on? All right, so all right. Now we got the handlebars here. That goes in like that. And then the hand's going to go into, so it's going to magnetize into the handle and key into the arm. Boom. Okay, cool. Snapperooski. This little kick plate. What is this for? Oh, is this for? Doesn't go right here, does it? Hold on, let me refer to the Sideshow video really quick. All right, so this goes into some rocks somewhere, actually. I think that's where it goes. Behind the tire here, is that it? It's next to some kind of pipe. I mean, I guess that is the pipe right there. Yeah, I think that's it. Kind of an unnecessary detail, if you ask me. All right, let's go ahead and put the traditional portrait on here first. All right, and there we go. Ghost Rider. Man, kind of a nerve-wracking assembly, especially since doing those Hulks recently, which gave me no problem whatsoever. But I think we have them all in frame here. Let's take a quick 360 of Ghost Rider before we try on the light-up feature and the other head sculpt. This is a very intricate piece for a Sideshow statue, man. This has a lot of moving parts. A lot going on with the assembly, pieces that have to key in two different areas, so the chain matching up with the left hand. I don't love the seam here in the back where the chain goes into the flame on his leg. I feel like it could have been a much cleaner key there. Looks a little bit rough. They try to get away with it to move with the flame, so at least it's not like a, straight line, if you will, I should say. But it kind of cuts in there with the flame. But, I mean, I think I'm nitpicking because it's a difficult assembly. It's an amazing looking piece, man. A lot of detail. The sculpt is amazing. I feel like the head sculpt is not sitting all the way flush, and I'm worried about nicking the back flame of his portrait, which is really laying right on top of his left arm. But the pose is super dynamic. The bike coming out of hell, the rocks exploding everywhere, the paint application showing the glow on top of the rocks. I like the subtle silverish, purplish hues that are in the deep part of the flames. The texturing on his suit is great, man. You have rips and you have melted leather, and it's very grainy. And again, you have the light reflecting from the flame on his knee, on some of his torso, on the hands and wrists. I like that swirl motion that you see inside the portrait. The rips on the back of his jeans, the spikes everywhere. Again, super sharp IRL. I really can't contain myself any longer. I want to plug this thing in, and I want to see if everything is keyed in flush so that everything is lighting up. And since we're in the US of A, I guess we won't be needing that three-pronged one, right? All right, so what we're going to do is turn the lights on with the lights on, and then we're going to cut the lights off here, just have the background, and we'll see this baby glow, hopefully. Super long cord, which is very important. So you could have this thing on a shelf somewhere. The outlet's probably not right next to it. All right, guys, it's the moment of truth. Oh, all right, so the portrait's not all the way in, but right away we could see the flames on the bike, the flames on the chain, the headlight. Let's go ahead and see If I can get this portrait in. There we go. Ooh. Ooh wee. What's up with that? Dang, that is kind of crazy. All right, so let's try the button. Boom. Boom. The thing about this piece that I remember from Sideshow Con was that, yeah, it looked great with the lights off, but when you turn the lights on, it's amazing, and then you kind of don't like it as much with the lights off. Now, is the front wheel supposed to light up? Let me take a look. Yeah, I feel like that front wheel's supposed to light up, and I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to break this thing. I actually don't see how it could light up, though, with these connections. Yeah, man, I think this wheel is supposed to light up, y'all. Oh, wait, does it plug in right here? Maybe this is... Oh, you know what? Okay, so there's actually... This plug is not for aesthetics. This plugs into the base. Ooh, dang. Yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, those connections that go right here don't feel like they have electric to them. Now, I feel like, does the head flicker on purpose? If I recall, that might have been the function of this. All right, there we go. Now we're all lit up. Let's try to do some 360-degree action on here. Dang. That is pretty cool, you guys. Wow. All right, now let's go ahead and turn off the lights, and I'll glow to the extreme. All right, stop. Yo, that's for sure the thumbnail right there. Dang, this looks crazy. Lit up with the lights off in the house. Dang, now I see why they went with it. Now I see why they sprung for the light up feature on here, because that thing, first of all, is super bright. You can see it illuminating on myself. The little key notch there, the seam, you don't even see that when you're looking at this thing in full, like straight up. So here's where the paint job really shines. If you look at like the engine of the bike, it's got like a very dark looking red. It's more orangey near his feet. Then it gets very yellowy around the chains. The chains are glowing like crazy. Same thing with the head sculpt. You could really see like straight translucency through the back of the head sculpt here, where it was kind of like yellowish with the lights off. Speaking of which, lights off. Look how the background lights up with this camera. Boom. Woo. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's go ahead and switch out to the transformation portrait, and then we'll take a look at that in the light. All right, there we go. I think I kind of had to blow in it like a NES cartridge, but man, the transformation portrait looks crazy. And what you see so much more in with the lights on is on the left side of his face, where you have all those cracks, and you have the flame going from the side of his mouth up the side of his head there on the skull part of his face. You have the human part, very dark. Again, it's dirty and ashy, and he has a smaller hair of flame with this transformation portrait. Very cool to have, man. I'm a traditional OG guy. I'll probably rock the full head of flame more so than the transformation, but what a cool option to have. We got to take a look to see, is that the exclusive or what? Because I don't even remember which is which. Let's turn the studio lights back on, see what he looks like lit up with the lights on, and then we'll start wrapping this thing up. Yeah, man, it still looks good lit up even with the lights on. That is a bright light. I forget what didn't have light at Sideshow Con. I want to say the chain wasn't lit up at first. Now, here's the moment of truth. Does it still look good when you turn the lights off? What do you guys think? You tell me. Ready? It looks super dull now, right? It's hard to look at it after seeing how great it looks with the light up. You know what? Good thing they have a long cord here. I really feel like you need to try to keep this lit up as often as possible. Let this be your night light in a room full of darkness. All right, let me look up real quick. The computer's too far away. Let me see. We'll look at the price. Oh, let's get the measurements and all that too. All right, so let's take a look at the height. I want to say his portrait is the tallest point. It's maybe a little bit taller with the other head sculpt, but if it is, not by much. So you're standing about 20.5 inches tall. The width, if I want to go from like maybe the back of his hand here to the chain handle to the front of the tire, you're looking at like 25 and a half inches, maybe at its longest point, but of course you can angle it a certain way. The width, I want to say the width is probably from the side of the base right here to like the chain, maybe about 13 inches in width. So yeah, this one retailed $1,100, so a little bit higher of a price point for a typical premium format. They probably should have called this a maquette. Again, I don't really know what the difference is between those, because it's giving me very much a maquette vibe. It's got a huge elaborate base. The whole thing lights up. It's super dynamic. But whatever, $1,100. It really does kind of make sense with the light up, with again how the engineering is done. I mean, there's so many moving parts that you have to key in, and there's multiple key in points. Let's see here. So this one is still available for pre-order with just a 750 edition size. So pretty low ES. Still available, again, on the higher price point, so that could be why. This one is sculpted by Matt Mullen. Oh, and George Villar and Daniel Bell. I thought it was a Daniel Bell sculpt. I don't know why I was questioning myself. So Daniel, George, and Matt Mullen. Shout out to Matt. That's a newer name, and they put him first, so I feel like he did a lot of the heavy lifting. George Villar helps with a lot of the wrap-up, and then Daniel did something. Who knows with this guy? Shout out to Daniel. He was on the Minty Fresh Morning Show with us. Awesome guy. Bernardo Esquivel on the paint, and the rest of the Sideshow and development team on everything else. So they're saying that it's 21 inches high, 14 inches wide, 24 inches deep. So I said 26. Weighs 14 pounds. Man, really impressed with this. I was a little bit nervous with some of the assembly, but I do think, man, what a wonderful piece. Again, I'm really impressed with Sideshow on this one. This is something that feels to me out of their comfort zone, right? They don't typically do stuff like this, but they went for it with Ghost Rider. You had to do it with this character, and I think they did a bang-up job, man. Let me know what you think about the Ghost Rider premium format in the comments down below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'm going to put some fire-ass pics on my Instagram. Come check me out on IG as well, and stay minty fresh even with all this heat. Peace.